After every season, I will be adding the national champion to the SEC. As soon as the league gets full, I will be replacing the worst team with the national champion for that season. It is unfortunate news for Coach Rigatui, who is the new head coach of the Vanderbilt Commodores, and they're by far the worst college football program in the SEC. For Coach, it's simple. He wants to bring a national title to Vanderbilt and ensure they never get kicked out of the SEC. Assessing the roster for year one, it isn't great, although we do have a guy with the last name Orgy, which is obviously funny. Our starting quarterback will be Mike Wright, and we'll be redshirting AJ Swan to give him an extra year of eligibility. Props to the prior head coach here, though. Coach Rigatui has a surprising amount of young talent to nurture and hopefully develop. Especially Yelanan Autara. Definitely got that wrong. I think his name is French, but also Gene McGowan. Almost certain his name is American, so hopefully I got that one right. We start 1-1 of the young season after getting smoked by Ole Miss, but in SEC fashion, we have 3 FCS schools scheduled, so we picked up a win against the first FCS school week 2. Now the Commodores head on the road to play the Gamecocks. Hopefully this is a game we can somehow win. Tied at 0, Mike Wright drops back, rolls to his right, has a wide open receiver, hits him in stride. Another name, just no clue how you say that. I think it's Greek. Just get in the end zone. It's gonna be close. Yay, we got it. Let's go. I'm as surprised as you are at the score. We could think Spencer Rattler throwing 4 interceptions this game as Mike drops back, stays patient, hits Devin Body over the middle to extend our large lead. We annihilate the Gamecocks on the road. Big thanks to Spencer for helping out the cause, but Mike Wright also helped us out as well. It was a team effort. Seeing at 5-5 now, 3 of our wins are against FCS schools, so that's awesome. Big getting murdered by every team we've played in the SEC except for our win over South Carolina. Recruits seemingly are buying the vision coach has for the program. Already got some studs in the fold before a home game against Kentucky. We're down 7 early on. Mike runs the read option, keeps it for the easiest touchdown you'll ever see to tie it up. We're down 7 before half and nail a field goal to cut the deficit to only 4 at the half. Down 15 in the late fourth quarter. It's looking bleak. We roll to the right, look downfield, and loft in the air. What a sexy throw. Wait, what? Well, that's splendid. Love that. We lose to the Wildcats by 15 at home in a not really surprising loss. Finished 5-7 in the last place of our division. Thankfully, the SEC isn't full yet, or we'd be getting the boot. Lost to Tennessee in our final game and didn't qualify for a bowl game, which is obviously unfortunate. We convinced Will Shepherd to stay a Commodore, but say sayonara to the Orgy. I'm sure the players aren't happy about that one, but no one else leaving really hurts. Wonderful. Transfer from Kansas, DJ Withers, the big boy defensive tackle. He's a welcomed addition. Signing day has came, and I'll be honest, I didn't expect the class to be so good. We were able to reel in some great players like Brian Daniel and Jesse Rosario, which is such a cool name, almost like Rey Mysterio. Class was only 55th in the country, but like you guys saw, we got a lot of gems. Super psyched about the class. Kansas State won the national title. Don't ask me how, but blame Tennessee, okay, for losing to them. So now they're in the SEC East with us. For year 2, the team's looking a little better. It will be Birdman's first year starting a quarterback, which I cannot wait for. We got a very solid wide receiver core to help him out with Will Shepherd and a really surprisingly good offensive line for this season. The big boys up front will be our best group of players. Mighty sadness. Started 2-3 to the season. We lost to Mississippi State, Texas A&M, and Florida, but we did beat Missouri, so we got 1 SEC win. Yikes! We get to play the Dogs at home. Let's pray we don't get assassinated, especially in front of a lot of recruits on visits. Hopefully it's not too bad. 14-0 in the second quarter. It's no one's surprise, but we can score here. Going for it, the Birdman keeps the read option, has a ton of room. Birdie swears inside, and that'll be a touchdown to cut the deficit. Yeah, isn't looking good. Birdman drifts to his right, rolling in, lost in the air. Wow, beautiful throw. Well, no clue how that just happened. That boy is fast. We lose 28-7 at home, which isn't shocking to anyone with half a brain cell, but it's still disappointing. Sitting at 5-6, fighting for bowl eligibility, we beat Auburn, beat Kentucky, and beat East Carolina, but lost every other game. Now we head home to Nashville to play newcomer Kansas State for a chance at a bowl game. Up 3 with about 2 minutes left. We need a first down here to finish this game and pull off the upset. Birdie drifts and throws it underneath to Gamer and Carter. He turns upfield with first down, swerves inside. That was sexy. Tries to swerve again, but he's gonna get tackled. We leave the close one over Kansas State, and AJ Swan, the Birdman, wins player of the game, showing off his skills. This is cool. The Tax Act, Texas Bowl, and play Baylor. Let's just try not to embarrass ourselves. We're at the goal line early in the game. AJ drops back and hits an open flat. It'll be an easy touchdown for Gamer and Carter. Before halftime, we're up a touchdown here, trying to extend our lead. AJ rolls to the right and hits the out route to Quincy Skinner for a touchdown. Good job, Quincy. We somehow won the bowl game over Baylor, 28-14. Definitely a great way to end the season. Will Shepherd is off to the NFL, and we barely have anyone graduate. The team next year will return a lot of production. Hopefully we can improve. This class was incredibly good. Got some positions of need. Matt Forte, the JUCO, looks incredibly solid. Hopefully he can contribute soon. And Charles Reed at tight end was a great pickup. Really happy with the class. A top 20 class for the Commodores. Got 2 5-stars as well, which is awesomeness. USC won the national title, so we added an SEC West, and now we better not suck too much or we will get kicked out next year. We do not want that. The team just continues to get better, which is what you want to see. Hopefully we can take that leap this year. The Birdman is already up to a 92 overall, which is super good for us. We have an insane safety safety duo with Ricky Wright and CJ Taylor. Both are two of our best players. Hopefully they can be ball hawks back there. After losing to Texas A&M and barely beating Utah State, which isn't a good sign at all, we're sitting at 1-1 to start the year. Now we head to Ole Miss, hoping to pull off the upset. On the first offensive drive, Birdie gives the read option to Jesse Rosario, and he has a clear lane for the easy touchdown. Not a clue how we're slapping around Ole Miss, but it's occurring, and AJ drops back and hits Cole Spence in the seam for another touchdown to extend the humongous lead. AJ Swan continues to flock, just playing fantabulous in a 35-21 win over Ole Miss and a big-time upset for us. There we go, improvement. Love to see it. Sitting at 5-3, got bullied by Georgia, but beat some decent teams to get above 500. The recruiting class so far is looking super good. We already got 7 recruits in the fold who are all above the 70 overall. After temporary happiness, Coach Rigatui heads to the swamp in a game we may have a chance to steal. Late in the fourth quarter, down 5 with a chance to win here as Birdman drops back and corks over the middle, and yikes! Helen Keller throw right there, just SMH my head. We lose in the swamp, really let this one slip away, sadly. We finished 7-5 in the season. We got killed by Kentucky, but beat Tennessee and Kansas State to finish the season bowl eligible. Ooh, this should be a fun bowl game against the Memphis Tigers. Early in the game, we kick a field goal up 7 to extend our lead to 10. Now tied late in the fourth quarter, Birdie drops back, drifting and launches to an open receiver. Let's go! That's a huge completion to Quincy Skinner to get into field goal range. Ice field goal, but we're not fazed by it as we kick it up and it's looking good. Yeah, that bad boy's going in! And we're gonna escape with another bowl win, winning 27-24 over the Tigers. Convinced the Birdman to come back. Smart choice by the Birdie. CJ Taylor is leaving us, which is sadness. He was a stud. Also gonna miss Gunnar Hansen and Ricky Wright. Coach Rigatui just gets better and better at recruiting a really amazing class for any program, let alone Vanderbilt, man. We brought in some studs like Travis Bryan and Buck Cunningham. It's a beautiful sight to see. Number 3 in the country, signed 4 5-stars, just super ecstatic about the class we rolled in. Kansas State finished in last place. They just couldn't hang in the SEC, but Miami won the Natty, so now they're in the East and they replaced them. The team is starting to look stacked. It's getting Tan Man excited. The Birdman continues to improve. Just wished he was a faster and more mobile bird. We got some hounds at defensive tackle. Devin Lee, the French guy, and DJ Withers, just a loaded position group. We jumped to our best start yet, sitting at 3-1 of the season in the ultra-competitive SEC. We lost to Texas A&M, but beat 2 FCS schools, and also we beat Ole Miss again, so that's nice. Now we stay home to play Missouri, and per usual, Coach Rigatui has some pretty high-profile recruits visiting for this game, so let's just not suck too much. In the first quarter, Birdman fakes the handoff, looks to the sideline, hits X for the wide-open touchdown to Charles Reed to get the early lead. Down 4 before the half, we kick a field goal, and it goes up and through for the 1-point deficit at the half. We've pulled ahead late in the fourth quarter. At the goal line, we give the read option to Patrick Smith. He has a clear lane for the easy walk-in touchdown. Patrick Smith had a terrific game at running back as we win 33-21 at home over Missouri for a big top 25 win. There we go, ranked at 16th in the country, and we finished 3rd in our division. We somehow beat Florida and Georgia, but lost to South Carolina and Kentucky before beating Tennessee and Miami to finish the season. Wow, battle of the smart people. Obviously, it's not Tan Man's territory, so let's just hope the players dominate. Late in the second quarter, Birdman hands it off to Patrick Smith, and he gets the corner, has a clear path to the end zone. He's going to get in there for a touchdown to extend our large lead. We humiliated Duke in the bowl game, winning 59-7 to cap off a really good season. Convinced the Birdman to come back again. He has to be reminded where his home is. We lose Quincy Skinner to the draft, and we convinced Davon Walker, a wide receiver, to come back as well. Also lost some pretty good starters, but we have backups there. They're ready to step up. Such an awesome signing class this year for Coach Rigatui. A ton of high overall guys with loads of potential. CJ Taylor looks like a future All-American at running back, and Greg Lawson looks like a mauler up front for years to come, and we need those big boys bad. This is honestly just ASMR, a top 2 class in the country, only behind Michigan, reeled in 2 5-stars and 10 4-stars, which is just outstanding. North Carolina won the Natty, and Tennessee finished in last place, so say adios to Rocky Top. This is the new SEC with North Carolina. This team is absolutely loaded, in all caps. I truly believe we have the best roster in college football for this upcoming season. It'll be the Swan Song's final season. It'll easily be one of, if not the best quarterback in the entire country. We've also got a filthy wide receiver core, David Walker and Jaden McGowan and Matt Forte as well. And we cannot forget about the Frenchman at defensive tackle, as well as BJ Diakite. I think that's how you say his name. Those two will be studs. We jump out to a 5-0 start of the season. Our offense has been explosive. Defense has been dominant. Really haven't beaten anyone ranked yet, but we destroyed USC, Ole Miss, Missouri, and Memphis. Somehow our closest game was to Army, but who cares? We won. Week 8 brings us a home game against the Dogs of Georgia. This will be the true test if we're ready to compete this year. We begin facing a big 3rd and 5. The Birdman drops back and hits his lane over the middle with a nice touch pass to Jay McGowan for the early lead. Late in the fourth quarter, the defense needs to step up here and get a stop as Gunnar Stockton launch it towards the end zone. Come on, pick it! Yes, we do! Beautiful tiptoe, let's go. Coach Rigatui, mandatory ballet classes paying off for the players. We win 21-17 at home over Georgia and a big momentum building win to the season. We continue our wrath with a 9-0 start to the season. We beat 2 top 15 teams very handily, both on the road as well as crushing Florida. Now Coach brings his counters home to play the upset-minded Kentucky Kentucky Wildcats. Late in the fourth quarter, with less than 4 minutes left, we're up 18 at the goal line as the Swan Song hands it off to Rosario, and he's going to walk in for the touchdown. We dominate Kentucky 35-17 to continue our perfect season. Ah, yes, the beautiful sight. 12-0 to end the regular season. We blew out Western Kentucky. We also blew out Miami to finish the season undefeated. Before the SEC Conference Championship game against the third-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. We kick a field goal before having to take a 10-point lead over Texas A&M. We're playing good so far. With less than 2 minutes left, we need a first down to run the clock out and win, so Birdman hands it off to Jesse Rosario. He cuts it, gets hit, and falls forward for the first down to finish the game. We narrowly win over Texas A&M 31-28. Rosario played fantastic. He's a baller, and Coach Rigatui gets his first SEC championship. Wow, I wish Tanner wasn't an idiot or I'd show the cooler screen, but Jesse Rosario actually won the Heisman, so good for you, young lad. Ooh, the Cyclones in the first round. They won the Big 12, so this may be a war. Before half, we're down 4, trying to steal 3 points. AJ hits Jesse in the flat. Hopefully that's field goal range. We kick it up, and that man has a leg on him. That's going to go through, and we're going to cut the deficit to 1. They're trying to get the lead in the fourth quarter. Their quarterback takes off in the scramble. He gets hit and fumbles. Yes, pick it up. Oh, the ball bounces away. Out of bounds. That's all ball, sucker. Needing a touchdown, they check it down in bounds. Just a 0 IQ play. Time's going to run out, and we're going to win the semifinal over Iowa State and move on to the Natty. The Texas Longhorns. Let's whip them and finish our undefeated season. Down 3 in the third quarter, Birdie drops back and has a wide open receiver. He lofts it to Cole Spetz, who has a ton of room, and he's going to score a touchdown. Much needed to regain the lead. Up 4, the Birdman drops back with a blitz and hits the wide open seam for a touchdown to Matt Forte. We're up 3, trying to seal the deal. We hand it off to Jesse. He cuts inside, has a lane, and gains a first down. With that, Coach Rigatui wins Vanderbilt a national title, and this program is finally no longer the laughingstock of the SEC. Slow and steady climb to the top, kind of like a mountain. I knew the team would be amazing year 5 because the freshman class they had when we got here. Super happy to win them a Natty. We just got Vanderbilt a Natty, but can Tan Man save the worst college football program? If you want to find out, click the video on the screen. I think you'll love it.